Guys, Comic Boom here to review the Immortal Hulk number 7. Wow, what a fantastic issue. Al Ewing is already he's got a classic run on the Hulk here. This is fantastic. This horror version of the Hulk, this Hulk that seems to thrive on being literally dead. He's like the walking, hulking dead. This is really good stuff. And this really does play like a horror story. Right out of the gate here in this opening issue. We see this, a small boy playing with his action figures, playing out Civil War II with his action figures, with Carol Danvers fighting Tony Stark. I find that kind of funny. But he's playing with his action figures, and his parents show up, and they're, it's a green alert, means, they're in a community where there's a green alert, meaning drop everything and run. And I suspect that green alert means beware of the Incredible Hulk. And I'm sure this symbol of the fist is quite rampant throughout the Marvel universe, right? But I mean, right away you see this car being thrown through their house. And the father makes the comment, or the mother makes the comment, that there's a skeleton in the driver's seat, which I think is Ghost Rider. So I mean, right off the bat, this is just a bundle. This is a joy to read. This is a lot of fun. I mean, it's not too often, I can be a little bit jaded when I review comic books, and I don't always have a smile on my face when I'm reviewing a comic book, but this one I do. This is an absolute joy to read. Al Ewing, you're doing a fantastic job, man. And in keeping with the horror element, I love how each issue opens up with some sort of quote. In this issue 7 opens up with a quote from Anna Kingsford, from I think probably a book, Clothed with the Sun. I've not read that book, but it basically, there's just quotes that sort of emphasize the dark or horrific side of man or demon and what have you. Everything is thematically related here. It's just fantastic. And I've never really read a lot of I think back in the day I read some Peter David Hulk, but for the most part I read some Peter David Hulk, some Bruce Jones Hulk, but I've never enjoyed myself as much as this Al Ewing run. I mean, every issue is almost practically self-contained, so you don't have to get every issue. You can be rewarded by picking up each individual issue of the first 7 issues so far, but as a larger narrative, it even comes together even better. That's a very high compliment, because not too many writers can pull that off. It might seem easy on the surface, but it really isn't. Al Ewing's done a really good job here, and I can see what he means. Al Ewing has a reputation for when he writes a comic book, it doesn't sell a lot. I know he's written a lot of Ultimates. He's written some past comic books that, frankly, I never collected. But maybe I should have, because this really bodes well. The Hulk battles the Avengers here, and what really shines through here is just how much more powerful the Hulk seems now than he has been in the past. And you really see that power shine through. I mean, he knocks Thor's tooth out. He handily defeats She-Hulk. He easily defeats Iron Man. I mean, he literally eviscerates Iron Man. I mean, Tony Stark barely survives. They only manage to basically subdue the Hulk by using some sort of crazy, powerful laser cannon against them, which, I forget what they call it here, but it's a Helios laser, and I don't know what Helios means, but it has the word hell in it, and so what an appropriate name to get rid of a hellish figure like the Immortal Hulk, who probably has his origins in hell. But look at that beautiful rendition of not an atomic blast, but a blast from the Helios laser right from the sky. That's the only way to defeat the Hulk. And crazy stuff. And it's the whole thing. Al Ewing does a great job of sort of interplaying and juxtaposing the story of the family, how the story of this typical family in the Marvel universe, with parents of a young child playing with action figures, a young child who loves superheroes, and he even talks with Carol Danvers, and he asks her, are we going home soon? And Carol Danvers basically saying, just relax, we'll get you there. Meanwhile, he's playing with his action figures, and If I was writing that scene, if I was script doctor, I would have the little boy I would have the little boy walk up to Carol Danvers and say, "Why did you kill Iron Man? Are you still a bitch?" No, I'm only half kidding. I wouldn't have the boy use the B word, but I would ask, do you still want to kill Iron Man? I love Marvel sort of rewriting the relationship between Tony Stark and Carol Danvers. Apparently they're friends. Okay, whatever you say. Well, one thing though that Marvel consistently gets right is they write Hulk as the badass. And Al Ewing is doing that. This is fantastic. They eventually essentially incapacitate the Hulk, or rather literally destroy him. I mean, they shrivel him up to nothing with that Helios laser, which has the power of how many blazing suns. It was laced with UV radiation. Effectively, it was a hard beam. It was a beam of hard sunlight. And it was the one thing that they had on hand that could hurt this new Devil Hulk persona. And of course, they know that Hulk's going to come back. And my God, the way this ends and how they're sort of keeping the Hulk from coming back. I won't spoil the last page, but oh man, it's pretty cool. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. If the Hulk can come back from the dead, I think the Hulk's going to be able to overcome the obstacle that awaits him at the final page of this issue. But guys, you're going to have to check out to see what that is. This is a really fun comic book. Great fisticuffs, great fight, great dialogue. You really get to know something about the Avengers in a way that it's right on par with what Jason Aaron's doing in the Avengers run, and he's doing a pretty good run. But you get a good handle on the Avengers, you get a good handle on their power set, you get a good handle on their rapport. Al Ewing is a pretty good team writer. He can write a team book as well. This is good stuff, guys. Check out the Immortal Hulk #7, and check me out on Twitter at Metropolis40, and hit the subscribe button. And until next time, Comic Boom out.